elevator pitch about yourself?
Oh man, my name is Dr. White. First name Kenneth White from a small town in Southport, North Carolina. Right now I'm a general dentist. I practice in Charlotte, North Carolina. Been doing it roughly 2 years now. So it'll be 2 years in May. Well, yeah, it's already May. So yeah, it'll be 2 years right about now. So we already passed that. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I do general dentistry, I do root canals, veneers, crowns, take out thermals. So I do a little, and Invisalign. So I kind of touch on a lot of topics, but I'm still a general dentist.
And then, are you from North Carolina?
Born and raised, small town called Southport. It's like 30 miles south of Wilmington.
Okay.
No one ever heard of it. The biggest thing we got near Southport is Wilmington. That's where Michael Jordan's from. So that's, if you want a location aspect, yeah.
And then I guess you did you go to undergrad and dental school there, or?
Yeah, so I went to undergrad at Livingstone College, small HBCU in Salisbury, North Carolina. And then from my HBCU, I went to East Carolina School of Dental Medicine. So I did 4 years at the HBCU, then 4 years of dental school, then got a job out in Concord, North Carolina, and then left there. Now I'm in Charlotte. And Concord and Charlotte is like 15 miles, if that's still in the same location.
Hey, so I didn't get to go to HBCU, but like,
okay, you missed out.
I know. Bro, what's that like? You got to tell me.
Man, going to a HBCU, man, is different because I mean, I played sports all through life. So I'm around people that look like me. Most of us were athletes for the most part. Going to the HBCU, man, you get to know your professors on a different level. Everybody wants you to win. Yeah, it's the fun aspect. You partying and doing your thing, but everybody, so much Black history, so much Black knowledge, and it's so uplifting. So I don't take it back for nothing. I'm glad I went. Yeah. In my head, I think everyone, should at least get a little taste of that. If it's at the graduate level or the undergrad level, you gotta try that out. I mean, if you want to, specialize, you want to do something, maybe, you want to take some time off and teach at one. Howard might get a little teaching opportunity, Meharry, something like that. But I definitely say HBCU, like, it's going to change your perception of life when you go to one. You're going to be like, oh, that's what they be talking about? Like, yeah, that's what they talking about.
Hey, so or your kid, like, did your parents go to HBCU, or like, how did that?
Thanks. So my dad, he actually went to Livingstone College, the same school I went to. My mom, she went to Fayetteville State University, also HBCU, both in North Carolina. Yeah. So they both, since I was a child, since I was a jit, it was always telling me, you got to go to college. And they always would say little things like, you can be the best athlete you want to be, but if you got it upstairs, they can't take it away. Yeah. They was always pushing college regardless. So they ain't really have too much going up, but they not, mom and pops, they're not letting that go. Like, you're going to go to school. You're going to have to. I don't care what you do outside of that, but you're going to school. Yeah. Folks raising me, yeah.
Damn, that's what's up, bro. Like, hey, my mom was on the same thing. She was, but it was more so like high school for me. So it was like graduate high school, because my pops, he ain't graduate high school.
Gotcha.
And he it was like a big deal for me to graduate. We had that big party and all that. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Hey, so your kid gonna go to HBCU too? Like, when you
I mean, I don't have any kids, but if I get blessed to have one, I'm gonna push it. I don't see, the thing is, my HBCU done so much for me. I don't really see how going to a PWI would be that different, that beneficial. I don't see it. There's not really a difference because it's guys in my class from ECU. Boom, I went to Duke, or I went to, that's cool. I went to Carolina. I did all that. My grades are better than yours. So at the end of the day, I don't even think that nothing really changed. It's this school. If the HBCU is accredited, just go enjoy your 4 or 5 years, whatever you need to do, and go live your life. I don't see the point. Not say I don't see the point in PWIs. It's great. I say go do your thing. But if you look like me, I 100% recommend going to HBCU. So I'm probably gonna push my child to go to HBCU. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Especially if they do sports, you get NIL deal anywhere. It don't really matter. You can go to HBCU, go to PWI. I just don't see the point there's no benefit, honestly. There's nothing, you get greater or what? It's the same education. So.
But what you think about the sports though? You see your boy Prime.
Getting them right. I like that. I like it. Now we're still behind as far as like money-wise, but I mean, somebody got to try to close the gap at some point. I mean, somebody got to take that leap of faith and just go forward. I think Eddie George is doing it at Tennessee State University out in Nashville, Tennessee. I think he's the head coach. for Tennessee State, and I hopefully we can get more professional athletes or more bigger name people to kind of like endorse these HBCUs and hopefully endorse the smaller HBCUs. That's the biggest thing that if I had to frown upon something, we keep giving money to like the 3 HBCUs over and over again, like the FAMU, Morehouse, Howard, and Jackson State, and they just passed. Oh, and Spelman, they just passing the money around. But it's like 108 or 109 HBCUs. We got to kind of let that money trickle down and someone go out to these small schools.
Hey, that's what one of my guys was saying, that like I didn't know it was different tiers when it come to HBCUs. Like they treated a different way. He went to I think Grambling or something like that.
Oh, not I think Louisiana, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, bro, it's different. Like if you go there versus like Morehouse or like, you know what I'm saying, Spelman, it's like, bro.
It's wild because like you can go to I don't know, you can go to see you in the Morehouse, but your friend go to Payne College. Payne's in Georgia, but everybody know about Morehouse. Payne's a smaller HBCU. In North Carolina, we got so many small HBCUs. We got the A&T, Central, and Winston, but then you got the Fayetteville States, the Elizabeth City State, the Livingstone, the Shaw, the John C. Smith. It's a lot of smaller HBCUs, but actually make up a plethora of the schools. We got like 5, we got 10 maybe top HBCUs that are like really big names. Then you got the other 90 plus that are smaller.
Hey, what sports did you play?
So I played football all throughout college at Livingstone College. D2 All-American. I play outside linebacker.
What?
Yeah, I was getting busy.
You gotta talk to me. Like, how is it with school and being a athlete and all that?
Yeah, so it's different. Like you're going to get treated differently, regardless of how you put it. You know, I ain't gonna throw anything on the bus. But, you know, at that point in time, it was probably frowned upon what was going on. But you know, you do what you got to do. But at a small school, everybody know you.
Mm-hmm.
I pledged the fraternity. Some member Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So you got the Omega Psi Phi. You got the sports. You're also in like the honor clubs and things like that. So it's just something to do every day of the week. Everyone knows you. Your face is everywhere. I ended up being Mr. Livingstone College my senior year. So it was just, I did a plethora of stuff just all over. And it's fun. And like, it builds you as a man. It builds you as a person. You got to wear different hats in every situation. So I definitely, again, I recommend everyone to go to a HBCU because even when you go to these PWIs, I see the people who look like us at the PWIs and they form this little Black culture at the PWI, which is great, which, you know, I commend it. I'm all for it. But then you're like, this is every day for me at my HBCU. This is a Wednesday. This is a Wednesday. Yeah.
See, that's how I had to do it. Like we had to form our stuff. It wasn't the same. I don't even think we may have had like, cause y'all bros, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that many. Like frat wasn't even a big deal on our campus for real.
Wow, that's like it's the thing at our school. So like you pledge a sorority, fraternity, you're a woman or man, then do your thing. You can do certain things. You hold events. You become a leader on campus, and you do community activities, and then you're bringing smaller kids in and saying, hey, you can go to this Black school, pledge this fraternity or sorority, and kind of build up the youth. Because at the end of the day, my time's going to come and go, but John he's 10. He's going to remember that for the rest of his life.
Right.
He's the same. It's kind of like a trickle down effect.
Did you pledge your first year or?
No. So at Livingstone, you got to wait till your second semester sophomore. So we had our line fall 2012, which was technically like my third year at school because I came in 2010. So you got the whole fall 10 and fall 11. So it's technically like my third year at the school. So yeah, that's when I pledged.
And are you the first doctor in your family or?
On my mother's side, I have a older cousin named Dr. Farrow. He's a pediatric dentist, but I turned 30 in like a couple of weeks. He's probably 39, close to 40 for sure. Definitely closer to 40.
Okay.
We were kind of age gap. So when I'm in high school, he's already doing this thing, and when I'm in middle school, he's probably in college. So still my guy though. I definitely reached out to him a few times to ask him a little questions here and there, but I would be the second in my totality of my family, the first on my father's side.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up. Hey, how was that white coat and all that?
Everything was white coat, legit thing. Everyone's like happy, excited. Mom and pop's there. I got some friends and family members there. Everybody's like, oh, you know, he's about to, you know, he's halfway, you know, everybody's eating dinner, it's all good. And then the worst part about it, like the fall off, is I graduated during the COVID situation. So I was done with all my requirements probably like December or something like that. So we're just that last semester. And anybody who goes to dental school and you're done early, you're not working hard. So I wasn't even. I ain't gonna say I wasn't doing nothing that spring. I was like, man, I'm just here. I'm just showing up. And then COVID happened. We went on spring break. Never came back. Never came back. Yeah, it was just it. They stopped everything. It was like, oh, okay. That was then cutting grass, crazy.
Hey, they cutting grass over here too.
Yeah.
Hey, so how did y'all graduate then? Like, was it the Zoom?
So ECU, I mean, great school. If you apply there from North Carolina, always, shout out to ECU. Man, I take nothing away from them. They gave me my dental education. So hats off to them, those people over there. However, the Zoom thing was kind of, it was kind of iffy. Like, it wasn't our face. Like, our names, I think, rolled on the screen. It didn't even say our name. I got my diploma in a Superman shirt, some gym shorts, and some flops. Like, like, here you go. You can take a picture with the dean. And by that time, I already got a job on the way. Like, I'm worried about getting my license in. I'm like, but the thrill is over. No one's with me. It's just me. It's got to show up and hand it. So that's the down part. So I definitely applaud everyone who's graduating now. It's a big thing. I guess we just had to, take our lump.
Yeah.
When you're in school, I guess the ending is really big, but I will always say it's wild. Since I first got to dental school, I was like, but they can give me my diploma in a brown paper bag and throw it on the ground. I'm just gonna pick it up and walk out. I just want my degree. I don't even care.
Oh God.
I guess when you get there, it's kind of like, it would have been nice, but mostly for my family, not for me. I could care less. My family want to take them pictures and have that moment. Me, I'm tired of this. I don't even want to see Professor so-and-so, all that.
Bro, this shit costs too much. I want to take the pictures. I want to walk the stage, bro. I want to do everything.
I feel you. I understand that. Mindset because I was just tired. I was like, I ain't dealing with these people. But when you're done, it's kind of like, I could kind of celebrate. I can kind of do my thing. And I could walk across night before, having enjoyed my adult time responsibly, and then graduate for sure.
Hey, so back to undergrad though, real quick. So you played sports, and what was your major?
Biology.
So bio major.
Yeah.
Bro, how do you do all this? Like, I'm serious, because when I went to undergrad, study. That was it. I couldn't do nothing else.
So that's the thing. I did a lot of studying. So even with playing sports, my day was just so much longer than everyone else's. Like, I just got mentally used to just being up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm up at 4, I'm going to practice. I'm going from practice to class, from class to lunch, to film, to weights, to meetings. And then my day is just longer. And then after you get used to that, you just become like an animal. Like, I have 24 hours to make everything work. That's more than enough time. That's more than enough for me. And then when you have to do something, like, I'm getting paid to play ball. Like, I'm on a scholarship. I gotta perform on the field, and I gotta get these grades right. Because if either one go down, I'm back to Jabbertown Road. So I gotta make this work. And I ain't got too many options. But then when you get used to it, the meetings kind of slow up. You get used to the speed of the game of ball, and bio don't really get crazy. I think it gets wild here and there, but the biggest thing is once you know your professors and they know who you are as a person, you talk to them. That's the big thing with HBCUs. I know all my professors. Like, I call them on the phone. We can shoot the ones, like, we can just chop it up, and it won't even be on. I'll still call them doctor, whatever the name is. But they're very, like, relaxed with me. Like, it's a phone call. Been to their house. We chilling. It's easy, but you can get that at HBCU a lot easier, I believe, than at a different school. That's a non-HBCU.
Okay, so I know this might be a weird question, but bro, what is it like being called doctor?
I didn't get it at first, but I swear the first one, it's Dr. White. I didn't even answer. I just was like, oh, you're talking to me. And then, like, okay, cool. All right, cool. Dr. White. I walk in, introduce myself as Dr. White. I'm like, oh, this sounds crazy. And I gotta kind of give this, like, vibe of, like, I've been doing this, because nobody wants to walk in. They're gonna see me. Oh, you look young. They're gonna, oh, you got tattoos. Oh, you definitely young. You're not 40. No, I'm 27. Like, I'm fresh in here. But you got to give that, like, that older kind of vibe. And still be yourself, but it's definitely a weird situation being called Dr. White. The first time they said it, I didn't even answer. Then they said it again. I was like, oh, they are definitely talking to me. And then the patient, they're looking at me and they're going to listen to what I say. So whatever I say is what it is. So they're like, oh, what do you think? I'm like, oh, it is on me. I'm the only doctor in the room. This is all on me. All right, man. Let's jump to it. It's the first couple of times, man. It's weird. Now I hear all the time. It's like, right, please stop saying my name. Like, kind of like y'all getting on my nerves. But nah, it's definitely different. That first couple, Dr. White, and I'm real chill. I don't do all the celebratory stuff. I'm real easy going. I'm real easy to talk to. So when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is an important day. I gotta speak to this patient. All right, cool. I gotta be a doctor now. It'll hit you when you get there. You be like, when they say, you be like, oh, you talking to me? Oh yeah, okay. All right, let me get my stuff together. Yeah, but it definitely took me a little minute to get used to it.
Hey, so did y'all use Axiom at your school?
Man, yeah. Man, I hate it, bro. It's funny because you go do a couple of different softwares when you get out, wherever you go to work out, or if you go to do a GPR or AGD or whatever you do. You may use a different software than Axiom. Hopefully you do. Axiom is trash. I mean, well, Axiom, if you want to sponsor me at any point in time, I'll be your best, friend. However, in school, it's terrible. Like it dies, it crashes, change the password. I got 5 different codes for 1, 2. It just takes too much, man. I can't. It's not it. It's not it. But it's just a part of the struggle with dental school. When you get out of school, you're gonna see so many different things that are. This is not what they teach you in school.
Really?
Yeah, it's different because when I got out, ECU does a really good job to put you in situations that'll make you grow. So we see a cornucopia of people. Like, it's just everybody, everything from extractions to fillings to root canals to implant cases to ortho. We see so many people. Like I think one time I counted, it was like my 3rd year in dental school, maybe my 4th year. I already pulled like 200 teeth or something like that. It was just, I'm done. Before I got out, you probably pull over 100 teeth, definitely see maybe 100 kids, a long list of ortho, and you probably have done a filling on every single tooth in the mouth. Right. So I've been drop boxes on 32, which is for those who don't see it, it's the lower wisdom tooth on your right hand side. So you do everything. They're going to make you. Even if you're dead last in the class, you're going to see a lot of patients. So you're going to be pretty much at a better situation than the majority of the people graduating in your class.
Hey, so what about transitioning from school to like real life? Is it how is that?
You just got to trust yourself. A lot of times, even talking to some of my friends that I graduated with, we're still mad close. You got to trust yourself. Okay, I've been here and I've done it. So it's like, this is nothing new. And ECU puts you in that situation where I've seen this so many times that is at this point, now, you're going to get better. You just get better naturally with time. Right. And doing the same thing over again. But you definitely are, when I speak to other people who graduated in 2020 or who graduated before me from different schools, I see the difference. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like, okay, we're at a different, not saying I'm better, not saying they're worse or anything like that. I just see that ECU puts us in a pretty good spot when we transition out.
Hey, so did y'all do everything? Like every single thing?
Only thing that and even some people I believe in my class got to actually place an implant, but other than actually placing it, right? You do everything.
Hey, y'all didn't have residencies like the different programs?
So ECU has it's a residency. There's you can go to one of our CSLCs, and the CSLC is like a community service learning center. Fancy word for when you're 4th year. You go there, you go to 3 of them, there's 8 in total. So you go to 3 out of the 8 for 9 weeks at a time. So you're away from school. You're boom. So I was we have ours as far as like Silva, which is like the mountains of North Carolina. And we're on the eastern side, and there's some in the middle of North Carolina. And there's some closer to the school and some kind of where I'm from in Brunswick County. So they're kind of in underprivileged areas. And you just go and rotate there, and everyone is slightly different than the other. But I think they have, is there a P? There might be a PEDS residency there. I could be wrong, but I think there's a PEDS residency there. I want to say for sure. And then the rest is just kind of like a AGD situation.
Okay. So as far as dental school itself, I guess what was the hardest year for you?
First year.
Easily.
Just there, first year. It's not even.
You said it so damn quick.
Not even. There is no. Not first year. First year is one of those things where I feel like also before I went to my first year, I went to a thing called the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill Medical Education and Development Program. So the MED program for short. I went there. It mimics the first year of dental school and med school. That kind of taught me how I needed to like study. And I didn't even know how. I'm studying, but it's a different study, and it pops you in the mouth. So it's like, okay, cool. Did that, did okay in that. And then I got into dental school. So I was kind of like okay with studying, but then you're seeing other people who just used to study in undergrad. I'll study here, or I'll do this. You know, I'm naturally smart, or like I didn't take bio. I took a exercise science or something like that. So I kind of like, I'm here. I took a post back. So now, got my aid that I needed. So you get in there and ECU, like, no, they're not playing. First year it's a test every week, every Wednesday. And it's like, you can't fail that test. Like it's almost like a final every Wednesday. And it ain't even like, and if you fail, I think if you fail a certain number, they'll reclass you. So they're like, oh no, you just come back again next year. And and that's the downside to it, man. And I would say this, and I'm not here to scare anyone from going to ECU. One, you got to be from North Carolina to even get an ECU. So, but if you go there, every class that I've ever seen, and I was there for 4 years, and then somebody got reclassed. If somebody got reclassed in my class before me, class before them, they will reclass. Hey, come back next year when you're ready. And you got I think you got 6 years to do 4 years. And the only reason why I know that because so many people get reclassed, not so many, but someone gets reclassed. So it happens. So it just, and that's not what you want, but first year do it to you. If you're going to get reclassed that first year, that first walk-in transition, you get punched in the mouth every day with a test. You got a test next week, test. You over. But again, it helps me with my HBCU. I'm just up I got 24 hours. It's more than enough time for me to study, break stuff down, work out, and live my life. And then you kind of got to learn how you study. And the first year is going to make you learn how you study. It'll prepare you for boards and things like that.
How do you study?
Oh,
you study?
I just beat myself to sleep with information. So it's just that's just what works for me. So just for like a regular test or whatever that we hit, well, 1 year, it's damn near a final. But whatever we was doing for ECU is they give us PowerPoints in the lecture. Sometimes I will listen to lecture capture. So also with learning how to study, we had to learn how certain professors like to ask questions. So then I know one professor, he loved Black people. I don't know what his fascination was. It was the Black people and their percentage of having X, Y, and Z. But if I saw a race, 80% of Black males have this or whatever, I knew that was going to be on the test. And then you start to play a mind game with, like, I know you never ask stuff about this. So I'm not even I'm gonna get by it, but you start to learn the professors and you learn how you need to study. And after a while, it helps out. Then you can study with someone else and they'll pick up something and they can teach you a little bit like that. But me, I'm more so just by myself. I'll rewrite some things down and I'll go over and then it becomes a thing where I'm like, I'm seeing the question. I'm just seeing the slide in my head now. So it's like, oh, I know this is at the bottom, lower left side of the slide. Oh, this is this. Boom. And it's easy. And then for boards, it was completely different. I don't even know if I can say that out loud, but I think everybody in dental school know how that boards exam get down and everything, pop out. If you don't, you can text me afterwards and I'll shoot that to you. You know what I mean?
Hey, what was the easiest year? Is it fourth year for you?
Yeah, fourth year was the easiest for sure. Because pretty much we to get to the fourth year, you had to pass. We had part 1 and part 2. So you had to pass part 1 already.
Oh, you ain't had an integrated.
Nah, we was the last class to take it, my 2020 for ECU.
Got you.
So I had part 1 and part 2. So to get to fourth year, you got to pass part 1. That's something at ECU. They make sure you pass both your part 1 and part 2 before you can even graduate. So if you don't do that, you ain't getting out. So I already passed part 1 and part 2 is it's more so like clinical based. So it wasn't as bad. but it was more relaxed because every day of the week, seeing patients, like Monday through Friday. We're not even in class. After second year, we're barely in class. After first year, we're in class probably like 4 times-ish out the week, kind of. Test every 2-3 weeks. Third and fourth years, I don't even know what the classroom looked like.
Bro, we had class every day first year. Second year was lab heavy, like crazy heavy. Third year was half and half. Like we'll have class 2 hours out the day, Monday through Friday, and then clinic Monday through Friday.
Oh man, no, we were just not at all. I don't even remember class third year, to be honest, man. We might have had like some like business class, like we don't want. And I would say pay attention to the business class, but you're not going to know anything because everybody's focused on getting their requirements. Like, bro, I need to graduate. Like, I need a root canal. I need a crown. I need a partial. So it is what it is. But yeah, third year, we might have class. We're in the clinic 3 times out the week. So it's like Monday, Thursday, Friday, and like Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. We're in class, and one of those a half day. It's not like it ain't. It was in the class.
Hey, do you remember getting accepted in the dental school?
Yeah, I was asleep. Yeah. I was asleep because I retook my DAT. I got a 17 or was it 16? I got a 16 or 17, and I think it was a 17. I got an invite or an interview to ECU. Get there, and no one really brought up my score, and one lady brought it up to me. She was like, your score. Ooh. And then I was prepared for it mentally in my head, like someone's gonna ask. And then someone looked like me asked me the question. I'm like, of all people, then here we go. So then I hit her back with a little confident answer, and I asked her, has she ever asked her dentist, did he pass boards, or what did her doctor get in step 1 or step 2 or anything like that? She was like, nah, I've never asked. I'm like, you probably never even looked at their licensure at the door. She was like, nah. I was like, so my score doesn't show anything about how I will be as a doctor or a dentist. It just shows how good I was on a day on a standardized test that I'm going to. But however, I understand y'all want like a certain score,
right?
Because y'all want to feel a certain way. You want to feel important at the school. Oh, all our students have this. It doesn't mean all your students are going to be great. But I understand the game, so I'm gonna retake it. But just understand, I know that you never asked. Let's never forget that.
That's fire, boy. That's fire response.
Yeah. Just off the top, I'm kind of witty with it. So then I took it, got like a 19 or I got a 20. Boom, so I was always over now. Somebody gonna say yeah. And then a week later, boom, I got a call. I was asleep from Mr. Lamont Lowry. He was like, hey, you doing all right? I'm like, I'm good.
Hold on, whoa. You got a phone call?
Yeah, I got a phone call.
Nah, bro, we don't do that.
I got a phone.
They don't do that no more, bro.
I got a phone call.
10 minutes. Okay. Nah, bro, they don't do that no more. They do emails. Nah, they ain't doing no phone call.
He called me and was like, did you check? He asked me, did I check my email? I'm like, nah, I'm asleep. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I'm not even thinking about anything. He was like, well, I'll be the first to tell you, you got into ECU school, done in medicine. I'll let you get your hallelujahs out and all that. But also, Mr. Lamont Lowry also looks like us as well. He definitely looks out for us.
Yeah, right. See, when I was in undergrad, they was still doing phone calls, but like when I started coming over, they was like, nah, email.
Straight email, yeah.
First day, it's like that first Monday in December, like December 1st or December 3rd, whatever it falls on.
Yeah. I didn't even check. I got a call, woke me up. I was like, hello? It was literally a week after I took my DAT and sent them the scores. So it was like, here we go, call. I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, that's cool. And I didn't even go to the rest of my interviews because ECU's in North Carolina. I was like, I'm done.
Oh, you was good. Where else you have interviews at?
I had an interview with Meharry. It was called Georgia Regents. I think it's like the School of Georgia now, something like that. It's called Georgia Regency, and I think it's now the Dental School of Georgia. It's like in Augusta.
Oh yeah, no, I know that school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what it is now. I didn't even go to Meharry interview. Didn't go there. I was like, I'm not going out of state. I'm just go up the street, 2.5 hours. Yeah. And Howard sent me a denial letter in August when I'm already at school. I was like, Howard, I don't even know if anyone from Howard see this right now. Y'all sent me a denial letter, man. in like August, like, oh, you can't get in. I got class tomorrow. What are you talking about? So, all right.
Man, I got some beef with Howard low key, bro.
I think everybody got a little bit of beef. Well, I ain't gonna trash him because not saying HBCU, but we get off camera, we can talk crazy.
Yeah, man. We got a love-hate relationship with them, man. All right, so what's some advice that you would give your younger self before doing all of this?
Before doing all this, don't be too hard on yourself. I have an issue with that. Like I always strive for this perfection goal that's just not attainable. And I know it's not attainable, but somehow I will still let it get to me if I fail something or if I come up short. If it's with school, sports, or anything, it's like a tick in me that like an itch I just can't scratch and it bothers me. It'll like keep me up or something like that. But I gotta, relax, young Kenneth, it's gonna be all right. Like you doing all this for a reason, and no one goes undefeated. That's the big thing. You don't win them all. Nobody wins them all. Like, it just doesn't happen. You may want it to happen. You could definitely strive for perfection, but you'll never attain that. So then when things don't go your way, relax. There's no need to beat yourself up about it. That's really what I did. I'm like, man, I got to do better. I got to do this. You will. Just calm down. Yeah. And
then, so if you weren't a dentist, what would be the alternative?
If I wasn't a dentist, man, if I was not a dentist, I played sports a lot. I ran for some teams and things like that. That didn't phase out because I became a dentist. If the sports didn't work out and the dentist didn't work out, man, to be honest, man, I didn't really have a C. I didn't really have a C. So like it was A or B was gonna have to work. But if neither one of them worked, man, I really couldn't tell you. Maybe coaching, maybe. I don't want to sound crazy. I probably would have to do something else, man. I don't know. I just don't think, as hard as that worked, I knew A or B had to pan out. There's no way, if you work hard enough, the result's going to show. Like at the end of the day, you're going to find a way. Whatever you want to do, you're going to do whatever is necessary, hands down. But if A and B didn't work, Jesus Christ, bro. Hey, I already know, but I don't know about that one.
Yo, I was all in. Like,
you gotta be,
bro. If you ain't all in, I don't know what you're doing, dog. Like,
man, because if you're not, you're gonna want to quit, and then that little whisper, you gonna go with it because I ain't gotta do with this. You don't have to. You're choosing to do this. All right. And then once I'm in there, I'm in school, I gotta graduate because this bill's still gonna be here. Somebody gonna want their money. So I need Biden to go ahead and cancel all that, but somebody gonna want their money for that 1 year, 2 year, whatever. I done spent money for tutors. I done did everything, all this to get here, just to quit. No, I can't do that.
I seen you on live one day. It was one of your frat brothers.
Oh yeah, probably Hillman.
What's his name?
Hillman.
Big dude.
Yeah.
He was talking about, man, like something about you sleeping on his couch or something.
Yeah. So before so right after the MED program, I took the DAT and I got like 16, 17. I don't even remember, but I was like, look, I gotta score something, my guy. I understood I gotta score this. So I didn't go home. So he was living in Matthews, right beside Charlotte. I was sleeping on his couch for like 2.5 months. And I took some money out, like $5,000, paid for a personal tutor from Kaplan. And I would drive from Charlotte to Chapel Hill, which is like 2.5 hours, 3 times a week. And I would just do that and study all the time. So that had no job, doing whatever. That's all I did for like 2.5 months. And then took the DAT, saw my score and was like, all right. I did that all the way up to my interview pretty much. I couldn't, but I was on the couch. He would walk out and be like, are you still studying? I'm like, bro, I put all my money in this, my guy. I did this kind of work. I'm not on your couch for the fun of it. This ain't, trust me, I'd be somewhere else right now. But yeah, definitely was on my man's couch for months. And it's a humbling experience when you walk in somebody else's apartment and they go your bed. Right? And as a man, you coming from, I'm All-American, I'm Mr. Livingstone. So now you're on your boy couch. It's like, it gotta work. It gotta work.
Hey, you put in that work though, boy.
You gotta go down for sure.
Damn, that's what's up for real. Because everybody think like some of this stuff come easy, and it's like, nah, that's not the case. You're gonna have to put in some work.
Yeah, it's never just handed to you. Anything worth having is never just given to you. Like, and even now, I'm thinking about like if I want to start my own practice, or if I just want to grow in whatever facet of dentistry, or even as a man, it's not just given. You don't get stronger by lifting like 2 pounds at a time. No, you got to put that weight up there.
Right.
You got to fail a couple of times and you'll get it. But it's definitely a push and a fight, and it's gonna that quit is definitely going to be in your ear. But if you want it bad, that's not even an option.
Yeah, see, I be talking to young guys and I be telling them like, you don't have to do everything yourself. Cause we got like in our community, we always think, oh, I could do this by myself or I don't need no help. And I'm like, that's cap. That's cap, bro.
You're not. It's not going to work. The thing is, I need letters of recommendation to get into school. So I need literally someone else to be like, it doesn't even matter. And then people you look up to, like, how did you do? You got to ask questions because like you can't do it by yourself. Someone else took a worse deck or you're the same situation than one. You need to ask somebody. You need to open your mouth and ask. It's going to be all right. And even if they say no, there is someone else. God ain't stopped making people when he made that one person. Like, there's more people. Yeah. So it's real easy to ask this situation or ask them questions, man. But you got to do it. If you don't, you set yourself up for failure, for sure.
All right. So as far as your background, how do you think your background influenced you for who you are today?
I'm tough. My parents raised me like rough and tough. Like they will always be like, early I remember like you're black and you're a male, it's not given to you. I don't care how. So then I got into this phase of like, if I do something, even like I got straight A's or I scored 4 touchdowns, you're supposed to because you worked hard for it.
Right.
What are we doing? The next situation. Mm-hmm. I love you. Great job, but what we doing? You ain't doing it. What we doing? So then my dad would be like, I remember one time I had like 200 some yards. I went crazy. I said, but you fumbled. We can praise this, but what about this?
Right.
Perfection, son. We gotta strive. I know, but it's still tough love and all that. I love my father and my mother to death, but they definitely raised me rough and tough. So then when obstacles come, yeah, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be like, all right, but it can't win because there's no quit in my head at all. I just can't do it. It's not even a part of me.
Right.
Yeah. So parents raised me rough, tough. Where I'm from, we're not